Distance learning for me has been an interesting challenge.
Here are some things that I've been doing now that we entered into our distance learning program.
Pretty much in 48 hours, we took these crash courses, watched videos, downloaded these apps, and really just started jumping in the deep end to try to figure out how they would work so that Wednesday we could all pretty much go live.
Or downloading videos, using Edpuzzle, and having discussions on Zoom. We are getting accustomed to this new type of classroom.
I have to rethink everything.
Well, basically, technology is my kryptonite.
And I've learned how to use and incorporate new technology, including Zoom, screencasting, video editing, Google Classroom, and Edpuzzle.
I schedule 4 Zoom meetings now. A month ago, I didn't know what a Zoom meeting was.
So trying to teach other people how to use something that we're learning ourselves was definitely tricky.
The other thing that I would say that I do is I try to do research into other technologies that would be helpful for me.
The first step was figuring out where to teach.
Tried my garage, that was too cold. I came back into my office, which is also my bedroom.
I actually teach from the front porch, believe it or not.
Working from home while I'm teaching kids is almost impossible when you have a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old.
My day of distance learning looks a little bit like this. I start in the morning by checking all my emails to see if anybody needs help, and then I answer those emails as quickly as I can.
One other thing that takes up a good portion of my day is responding to student comments and parent emails.
Or I'm calling parents because I want to hear what's going on at home and how everybody's doing.
Well, when my morning begins, I usually log into Google Classroom just to make sure that everything is up and running smoothly for the new day.
I constantly monitor and respond to student comments and questions on Google Classroom.
And Google Classroom, making the assignments, I would say, is also a little bit time consuming because you have to make sure that you are thinking ahead and anticipating student questions.
We're moving all of our units around, so there's time spent on rearranging our lesson plans.
So trying to make sure that the transition was easy for them.
But I do have to say, they have been amazing. They caught on really quickly.
Meanwhile, I'm creating a Google Slide PowerPoint every single day.
Designing a PowerPoint that's interesting to look at, that takes a few hours to design.
Then I'll spend from noon till sometimes 9 at night creating the slideshows for the next day. And then sometimes that rolls on into the weekend as well.
And I also look for games or other videos that I could find online that I can just attach to my lesson to make it more interesting and exciting for the kids.
After that's done, then I can actually get ready to start recording. But this requires to make sure all the cords are plugged into the right places, all the programs are up and running, and everything's ready to go.
With distance learning, I have to record videos now, whereas I didn't do that before.
Another big adjustment was filming all of our lessons.
And then I start to film my lesson. Usually I don't like it, so I film it again. Then I still don't like it, so I film it one more time.
What I do is I make lots of videos. So I have 3 different subject areas, so I've got to make videos for each one of those.
I work now Sunday through Friday. Just because the videos take a while to process and upload.
I worked through technical issues such as videos not saving, having to re-record, screen freezes during screencasts, and having to splice together videos.
Usually, hopefully, I only hit record once for that lesson, but sometimes there might be an internet glitch or a technological difficulty. I have to stop, re-record the whole lesson.
So it's definitely been a trial and error process, and I've had to redo I don't know how many videos.
So it requires some editing as well to make sure that, it's pretty seamless and smooth for the kids.
It's probably taking me about 45 to 50 minutes just to make the video, put it to YouTube, bring it to Edpuzzle, bring it back to Google Classroom.
The follow-up to the lessons that's really taking a lot of my time.
Rethinking assessments, reformatting worksheets that I would normally hand out.
So the grading is a little bit different, I think, for my class because I do need my kids to show their work and draw and things like that.
But it's definitely different grading online compared to actually having those papers or those books in front of me.
In addition to all that, I'm trying my best to make personal videos and connecting with students and sending that out to students just to be an encouragement because I know this is an emotionally hard time for them.
And then the last thing, which we've always done, but we've been doing a lot more, is just praying for my students.
I miss doing girls' Bible study, boys' Bible study.
So the hardest part by far of the distance program is the distance. It's being away from school.
It's just a big change for all of us, and we're doing, the best we can, and we're constantly reevaluating. What can I be doing better? What can I do differently that's going to make it easier for parents or make it easier for kids?
Honestly, the hardest part of distance learning has been that it's more exhausting than a normal school day. I have a hard time not working all the time now that I'm at home, and I miss out on the best and most rewarding part of the school day, getting to be with the kids.
The thing I miss most about not being at school is the kids.
The hardest part of distance learning is not being able to be with my students and see their smiling faces every day.
Definitely the hardest part is that I really miss the students.
And just not being with all the parents and families. We just miss everybody so much.
Just not being able to be with the students themselves.
I do see them via Zoom, but it's not the same as being in the classroom teaching them.
I miss our laughs or inside jokes that we have together as a class, and I just miss my kids, and that's what makes teaching such a rewarding job.
Nobody goes into teaching to do all the admin side of it.
But I really miss classroom time. I miss our discussions.
So it's hard for me to be able to teach to a computer screen and not hear their comments and not hear their questions, because we have the best discussions.
I had one student who would always sing me a silly song. I miss that.
And that's why we teach, right? To be with the kids.
They just bring me so much joy, and I know every teacher so much joy. Can't wait to handshake, high five, and hug them all.
Please know the late hours, extra work, and everything we do is worth it all because we do it out of love for you.